Let's get right to the Epstein story again and bring in our next guest. That'd be Congressman Randy Fine, who joins us now. Congressman, we're just curious to get your take on what's going on here. I mean, we have Congressman Tim Burchett, a friend of this show, who sent a letter saying Ghislaine Maxwell should testify in front of Congress. I mean, this isn't going away. I'm curious where you stand on all of this.
Least, I don't know why we wouldn't release it all. But the second thing is I trust Donald Trump. I trust him absolutely. And so I know the president will make the right decision. So if there's a reason that information isn't being released, then I believe that there's a good reason for it. I'd like to see it, but I also trust the president.
But Congressman, he hasn't said that. He hasn't said that there's a reason. He's just like, let's move on. At least I haven't heard. Maybe I haven't seen all the news coverage, but I haven't heard him, Congressman, say anything to that effect of, hey, I have a reason, trust me. If he said that, I don't even think there'd be a controversy. Do you, David or Terrence?
Well, if you don't mind me jumping in,
Sure.
when he put out a tweet about it or a Truth Social about it, that's basically what he said. He said, you know, we're doing what we're doing and we think through everything. He may not even say what the reason is. My point is I have absolute faith and confidence in Donald Trump. And if we're getting the information that he thinks we should have, and I trust him. I'd love to know everything. I mean, look, Epstein was obviously the scum of the earth, and I'm glad he's no longer with us. But you know, I'd love to know everything that's in there. But again, I trust the president to share with us what he thinks we need to know.
All right, fair enough. We'll leave it there. I do want to talk about something that will ultimately be coming down the pike for you and your colleagues, those DOGE cuts. We were just reporting there's about $9.4 billion that's being discussed in the Senate. Hopefully they can get their act together and get you guys that bill here in short order by Friday. What is your expectation in terms of that process? And then once it does get to the House, moving it through the House and saving the American taxpayer more than $9 billion?
Well, first off, I'd note if the Senate just passed the bill that we did and kept all of the cuts that we made, we wouldn't have to see it again. The only reason we'll have to vote on it again in the House is because they may strip out some of the cuts. Look, this should be the easy stuff. But my concern is Rome is burning, and all so many people up here want to do is roast marshmallows in the fire. I mean, I'm the new guy, and when I see a country that's spending $2 trillion a year that we don't have, if we can't cut transgender clinics in Tasmania from the budget, or NPR or PBS, when are we going to actually deal with the hard stuff? So look, I'll cut as much as we can. I hope the Senate takes all of our cuts as is, but I'm prepared to vote to cut whatever it is that they send back over.
Okay. Congressman, let me ask you a little bit about what happened at a hearing yesterday. Obviously, it involved you. There were some protesters. It had to do with what's happening on college campuses. You basically want to make CARE a terrorist organization. I say CARE, right? The Islamic group CARE, radicals. So this is what happened when a protester interrupted you at this hearing. Take a look.
Support your Jewish students. Shut up and get out of here.
Gentleman will suspend. Gentlemen,
get out of here, you loser. Come on. By the way, to be clear, I hold you all responsible for this. It is the attitude that you have allowed on your college campuses that make people think that this is okay. That is why this happens, because you have someone like Emmanuel Ness that says resistance by any means necessary, and I assume this person still works at your school. Is that correct?
Microphone, please.
Any call for violence against Jewish members of our community is entirely unacceptable.
So why does this person still work there?
Any individual or faculty that has a complaint of breaking our rules, we will investigate them and take the appropriate disciplinary action if warranted.
Corinna Mullen at John Jay College said after October 7th, the right of Palestinian armed resistance is just, and just last month was filmed chanting up, up, up with freedom, down, down, down with Zionist scum. This is a professor that teaches your Jewish students. How can you say you have an unwavering zero tolerance policy when this person teaches at your school?
Congressman, you've also said it's time to root out every Muslim terrorist on college campuses. Tell us more.
Well, look, we have a huge problem. The hearing yesterday was about anti-Semitism on our college campuses. We had 3 university presidents, one from the City University of New York, one from Berkeley, and one from Georgetown, and their answers were atrocious. What you saw in that video is one of, theoretically, their former students standing up and acting like an idiot. And what I blamed them for is they have allowed Muslim terrorists to harass Jewish students, to set up encampments, to bother people in the library, to bother people in the dining room. They have said this behavior is okay, and then we see it in our hearing rooms. The fact of the matter is we have a Muslim problem in this country where all too many people who support this radical Palestinian cause believe in violence, and it gets fostered at our universities, and we have to do something about it. Not every Muslim is a terrorist, but it's also not true to say none of them are. And we have to be willing to deal with this problem as it exists. The problem is real, and these universities made very clear they are not willing to deal with them on their campuses. We're going to have to make them do it.
Congressman Randy Fine, as they say in basketball, bringing it strong to the rack this morning. We appreciate you. Thanks so very much.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Congressman.